So you guys, right now I'm driving right now, just getting off of work, but wanted to talk about the OKC win last night. PG had 47 points, had a triple double. Russell Westbrook, if I make a mistake, he had 21 points, triple double as well. Passed up Will Chamberlain, my favorite player of all time, of course, respectively at this position. I'm gonna say that. But lately, I watched the news today, a lot of the news while I was working, just listening to it or whatever. And they keep on asking this question about who is whose streak is more impressive, Harden's or Russell Westbrook's. Now, Jordan was asked the question, who did he think he? But Jordan, he said that he basically avoided the question and said that 6 championships is more impressive to him than those streaks. So of course Jordan, he's gonna be a little salty with it, but he's gonna be not salty, but what's the word I want to say? More arrogant, so to speak. Arrogant. That's the word I want to use. Because he's a champ. He's, in my opinion, he's the GOAT of his position. So it is what it is. So Jordan can actually say that. It would have probably been 7, but when Jordan came back, his game just wasn't all there, and Magic just kind of dusted. Oh, they dusted the Bulls. I mean, it just is what it is. But yeah, my opinion of it is Russell Westbrook's. It's far more impressive because he broke the record. That's one. Number 2, as I said before in another video when I was talking about Russell Westbrook and what he's doing, the only 2 players that I know for a fact in history ever done is Will Chamberlain and Michael Jordan. He's giving up the ball now. He's passing the ball. He's a ball dominant guy, and he's like, I'm gonna take a backseat. I want to win. I want to create a great legacy for myself. And I mean, it just is what it is. Russell Westbrook's is definitely more impressive to me than Harden. And I'm not being biased. What I will be biased about is the fact that Harden is actually Harden is going to the line too much, and it's not what I would call organic scoring. And because he's not scoring organically, which means shooting threes, layups, mid-range game, instead of shooting all these foul shots, if he was making 40, 30, and playing defense and rebounding and scoring organically, I'd be like, all right, this dude is MVP level. But right now, what we're seeing from PG is actually, he's the MVP. I mean, just hands down. I don't like Giannis's game. He's not a great defensive guy. Giannis is also, he just, he does what LeBron James has done his whole career, which is just drive to the hoop. And that, to me, is not enough to consider somebody an MVP. I mean, it just isn't to me. Until I see somebody doing it all at their respective position like Russ is doing, I would not consider you an MVP. I'm sorry. So to me, Russ can do it all. PG is doing it all. Rebounding, defense, and scoring, And it's not because Russ is taking a back seat. It's not just because Russ is taking a back seat. It's because as a team, the energy is just there. It's something about this year you just know is there. It's what they're doing. So people kind of need to relent about that situation with KC and Russ as well. Russ can score anytime he wants to. Now, I wish he'd stop shooting that backboard shot, because, like he's doing every now and then, if somebody's trying to swat it away, then shoot it. Because, when I was a kid growing up, I used to watch Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan always shoot that shot, but it was more of a challenge shot. Like if they saw a big guy coming out, they'd be like, you know what, let me take this shot off the backboard and hit it from a certain angle. But we always seen, somebody like a Tim Duncan would always use that shot. You get what I'm saying? But anyway, with Jordan, and I'm gonna talk a little bit about LeBron. Jordan, watching him go through what he did with the Pistons and everything like that and create a legacy for himself, I respect him because he went through the hardships of the game. I can't respect LeBron James because he didn't go through necessarily the hardship. He didn't stay in Cleveland, and he's always been trying to chase Jordan. If you guys can recall that little stare down that he had with Michael Jordan had his arms crossed, and LeBron just kind of like stared him down as he was running back, in transition. He could never chase Jordan. He still won't be able to ever chase Jordan's rings. Right now we're seeing LeBron James's game dwindle. And not just that, but anytime somebody quits in a game, or should I say, not just quit, but sits out of a game because it's considered too much of a workload, I can't respect. And for some of you who are LeBron James followers or quote unquote fans, how can you call yourself a fan and follow somebody like that? It just bothers me. It's disturbing. I can't follow somebody like that. People who like that want to take games off and not give people their money's worth, I can't get with. And LeBron James to me is sissy. It's weak. So I'm coming from a different era of basketball that I'm used to. Some of these players today, it's disturbing. I'll put it that way. So it is what it is. LeBron will never be able to chase Jordan. A matter of fact, I'll say James Harden's game offensively is far greater than LeBron's. Even though James Harden gets to the line way too much, James Harden can do it all offensively. I don't doubt that. But defensively, James Harden, he just doesn't try, man. Now getting back to this game, Deontay Burton, he's got a problem. If OKC does decide to sign him, depending on what Clay Bennett decides, it's not really what the GM wants to do as much as it is Clay Bennett, what they're willing to work with financially. He's going to be a problem. I can tell you that much right now. He's going to be an all-star. And if people aren't careful, Burton is going to be an MVP. I kid you not. You thought he was an MVP in Korea? Wait till you see what he does if OKC decides to mess with him. Because I'd hate to see him to go to a team like Milwaukee, because Milwaukee could use a Burton. I'll put it that way. And they would be just as good as Philadelphia 76ers if Burton was on a team like Milwaukee. I'm telling you right now. But that's neither here nor there. Burton is going to be a problem. That 18 points, it could have really been more if Coach Donovan really wanted him to, have some plays drawn up for him. Now, another thing, Coach Donovan, I never, ever, after the interview, Paul George, I've never seen him as tired as much. And I was wondering, why is he so tired? Then I heard the stat line. He had 45 minutes in the game. That's too many minutes. Number one, you're risking injury. We need Paul George. Coach Donovan, please don't make it like a Game 7 Golden State Warriors OKC where you played the players 48 minutes, the starters, and you caused us to lose a chance to go to the finals. Please don't do that to Coach Donovan. Balance that. Put George in for 37, 38 minutes of the game, but not no freaking 45 minutes. Come on, man. We're risking injury. So, yeah, you guys, that's all I got to say. Books. Feet is far more superior than Harden's. Until Harden can organically score, which means shoot three-pointers, mid-range, layups, stuff like that, and play defense, I'll be more convinced with Harden. But like I said, I'm serious about it. Harden is a far more superior offensive player than James. Than James. What's that guy's name? I'm already forgetting his name. That's how much I don't like him. LeBron James. Yeah. So it is what it is, guys. I'm signing off, and I'm also gonna post up another video talking about the future matchup for OKC has before we go on a break, and I'll post another video which will be from yesterday. It'll be part of it, the post game from Fox Sports. So we'll see you guys, and always thunder up.